Welcome, everybody. Guess who's back? Back again. Aaron's back. Tell some men. We're welcome back to the resurgence of random bracket battles. I am your host, Mr. A. Ron. I am so glad being back doing this show. I want to thank the people at Rev Ruckus, to welcome me back with open arms. This is incredible. Life has been crazy right now. I'm currently in my wife's grandmother's boyfriend's room recording this. We're in the process. We're back in New York. Fuck you, PA. Of moving, and it's been crazy. And I just been doing nothing but watching movies. And I wanted to bring the show back, and I asked the guys, and they were like, "Please come on back." And I felt like we just did this last week. It felt like no time has gone on and off. Except, look at this. I'm a man now. Mustache. So, if you are new to the show, let me tell you how it is. So right now, I have three of these buckets. That's quick product placement. I have three of these buckets full of these little pieces of paper. I'm gonna pick eight of those. I'm gonna write them on my nifty, you know, authorized bracket that I have here, and I'm just gonna talk about them. The first two they're gonna get pulled are gonna go up against each other. The next two are gonna get pulled are gonna go up against each other. The next four are gonna be on the other side of the bracket. I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about them, and the one I feel the best, the one I have the most connection to, is gonna keep climbing till they get to the finals. And whoever wins, that's gonna be the winner of the random bracket battles of this episode. And at the end of the show, if some of you have watched before, I'm gonna do things a little bit differently, but we're gonna cross that bridge when we come to it. So without further ado, let's go ahead and pick our movies. So, movie number one, we have what a great the 40-year-old virgin. I like that. We can probably stop right there. So 40 virgins. What did I blow up the Sears Tower? All right, next one is The Truman Show. All right. That one is going up against 40-year-old virgins. For seed number three, we're going to do. Which one did I pick from? All right. For seed three, we are doing Transformers 3. Okay. Guess which one isn't going to win? But hey, that's why we do this, because it's just fun talking about movies. You know what I mean? I just love talking about movies. I wanted to do a show talking about movies, and god damn it, I got one. Number four is going to be Captain Marvel. See, I call it random bracket battles, and this is as random as you can get. Like, I wrote down every film I have ever watched that I can remember in three of these buckets. And how random can you get? But Captain Marvel and Transformers 3, two dog shit movies put up against each other. It's fun. And I love how the fate of the universe put those two together. So, Captain Marvel. On the other side, we're going to have Cloverfield. Solid found footage horror movie. Depending on who you ask. Number five is going to be Cloverfield versus Schindler's List. I mean, come on, they're pretty much the same movie, right? There was red somewhere in Cloverfield, and there was a giant monster in Schindler's List. So I'm not totally wrong. No, this is great. Number seven is Role Models. I already want to talk about this so bad, but all right. And the last movie that's going to be for today's episode is that's a drum roll. Ooh, enough. 2002 Halle Berry movie. No, I almost said Jay Leno. J Lo. She loves tacos and burritos. All right. So those are our movies. Foil Virgin, Truman Show, Transformers 3, Captain Marvel, Cloverfield, Schindler's List, Role Models, and enough. All right, there we go. So let's just go ahead and get into it. 40-year-old Virgin versus The Truman Show. I mean, I just saw Ed Harris 2 days ago on at the Oscars. His wife, I forget her damn name, but she won for Aunt Gladys in Weapons. I had no idea those two were married. Who doesn't love Ed Harris? But even more, who doesn't love Jim Carrey? It's Jim Carrey, and it's a great story of. I mean, how many people these days say we're in a simulation, man? To 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 butcherly quote T2, I mean, what is fate? We have no control over it. To better quote The Matrix, do you believe in fate? No, because I don't like the idea that I'm not in control of my own life, my own world, my own future. And that's what this is. Like, you make the best of what you can with your life. You do, even if this is all orchestrated, even if these friends don't mean a damn thing to you, even if your mom or whoever is making an ad product. Yes, it's Nesquik, honey, with with 14 different kind of vitamins and all this different calcium. And he's just, who the hell are you talking to? Like, that's all he knows, and even he can like sense the bullshit in. What are you doing, mom? And yet he still lives his life the way he wants to. I would have loved to see at least a short film of him just, at the very least, leaving the studio and just experiencing the real world. Like, is he going to be like Joe Dirt of this is the world and I'm just famous, or is he just going to be another schmuck in the way on the ride to work and home? Like, what's he going to do for a job? What the hell was his job in Truman Show? Anyways, I don't even know. Does he have any skills other than just improvise? He was giving directors direction, but wasn't even being told to. Phenomenal actor. It's a great movie. However, the 40-year-old virgin. When I was growing up, when I was very much into movie trivia, bars, online, wherever, I always kept hearing 80s comedy is just the best. For this for this old fool in 2026, 2000s comedy is my 80s comedy. Not just because of generation gap, but just those are like any two, literally any 2000 comedy is gonna be at least watchable, and I can quote, one line for them. Just, I mean, mention any of them. I can. You say one line, and I know exactly what you're talking about. Majority of people know exactly what you're talking about. Hell, if you just name a movie from the 2000s comedy, people around my generation are gonna go, "Yeah, that's a funny movie." This is definitely one of the Mount Rushmore kings of that era. It is a phenomenal movie. It is a. I really don't want to take water from a well too much right now because Fruit Virgins is winning this bracket. Truman Show's great, but Fruit Virgin is just again. I don't want to. I don't want to shoot too many bullets out of that gun before I run out of any ammunition. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say Truman Show. Thank you very much, but you've been canceled. 40 Virgin is moving on, so we're just gonna cancel that out, and we're gonna put 40 Virgins. God, you gotta tell them all what to do. That religion is so fucked. Yeah, go ahead and blow up this building. You're gonna get 72 virgins. But they didn't know it was gonna be all nerds. Yes, the paragraphum theory of the pterodactyl with the Tyrannosaurus. Those kind of nerds. Uh, Moving on, we have Transformers 3 versus Cap. I can't even get the name out. Versus Captain Marvel. Uh, okay, let's get the bad out of the way. So let's go ahead and talk about Captain Marvel first. Hate is an interesting word because you can say love about a lot of things, especially like just When people say, no, he literally jumped out of the car. Did he? Did he? Was he going? Were you going very fast and then he jumped out of the car? Did he literally get on the roof and then jumped? Did he open the door and just said, Hopper? No, like we use a lot of hyperbole in our culture, in our day to day language. But hate is an interesting word because you have all this buildup of Nick Fury and being a badass. Remember in Avengers when they're discovering Shield is making all this weaponry. Why are you making this weaponry, Nick Fury? And he points at Thor because of him. No, it wasn't. It wasn't at all. Now jump into Winter Soldier, and Nick Fury says, "The last time I trusted somebody, it cost me my eye." Who did you trust? An alien cat that you have seen can open its mouth and have this hentai tentacles eat, speaking of our language, literally anything can go in its mouth. And you're going to put that against your face. And then be shocked that a cat is going to scratch you. Be damned if it's from this earth or not, from this world or not. And you're going to be mad at that? Dumbass Nick Fury. Stupid. What did was that like his dumb brain cells as soon as it got scratched and he couldn't use that eye anymore? Oh, I am smart now. I'm not going to use the word hate. I'm just going to say if I was really, 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 really high, I might enjoy this movie because there is fun to have, but it is just dumb. It is just dumb plot point next to not fun chase scene after that. After it just this is the movie that was in between Avengers and Endgame. This is the movie right before Endgame. I believe this movie came out in 2019, if I'm not mistaken, February, definitely early, because Endgame came out in April. So you had Avengers: Infinity War. After that, you had Ant-Man and the Wasp. So you can introduce the van with the quantum realm. Then it was Captain Marvel, and then Endgame. So you had two movies, not solid movies, if I'm being real, in between those two juggernauts of the MCU. Especially at the end of Endgame, where Nick Fury wants to call somebody before he turns into dust, and it's Captain Marvel's icon. So, okay, Ant-Man and the Wasp wasn't anything, but we're going to get Captain Marvel, and that's the movie you deliver us on? I mean, it's kind of like ordering from Temu the first time, and you think you're going to get this amazing product, then you come over, and you finally get it, and it's just, oh, it's a dead dog. I ordered a blender. I don't think this is it. That's how I felt like Captain Marvel was. On the same point, Transformers 3, the first one, let's just get it out of the way. The first one, it's okay. It's passable. The action set pieces are great. The second one, I believe the writer strike was going on in 2008, 2009, because it came out in 2009. It wasn't great. It definitely wasn't anything better than the first one, but I mean, you take a nice log and then non-painful diarrhea, you're just still going to say, "Hey, I'm in the bathroom." So what is the difference, really? You're still going to have to wipe. You're still going to have your dignity, and then you're going to get the hell out of there once you're done. Then Transformers 3 comes along, and you're just going to try to trick us in that not just the Autobots, but Optimus fucking Prime has died? No. Batman or Superman didn't learn from your fucking mistakes, and they killed him off after two movies. So it ain't gonna work. That twist ain't gonna work. Plus, even if you kill him off, supposedly, and then he comes back 45 minutes after shit has gone bad, why couldn't he just come back right then and there? Well, it's the element of surprise. Yeah, but you had the enemy rigging all of like his troops, all of his statures, all his whole plan is ready to go, and now Optimus Prime shows up. Fuck you, Optimus. However, it is fun. Both of these movies, if I were to give a pro to both these movies, both of them are fun. If you can just shut your mind off. I'm living with my grandmother right now, with my wife's grandmother, and there's a term that I coined, at least I think I did, called Christmas movie, Christmas Christmas lights movie, Christmas decoration movie, which is it takes a long time to set up. It takes a lot of effort. People are gonna come by and go, "Oh, that looks pretty." They forget it as soon as they leave, and then you tear it down, and then you're just waiting for the next Christmas lights to come back up, and it's a fucking rinse, wash, repeat. It's the clever ones that you think of because it's art, and that's a direct correlation to movies. Both of these are Christmas lights movies. They take a hell of a lot of effort to put together. You see them, you forget about it as soon as you leave the fucking theater or your TV, and you're just waiting for the next one to come out, and it's going to be rinse, wash, repeat. But both of these are fun. If you can just shut your mind off and enjoy the Christmas lights, they are fun. But which one is more fun? Yeah, you got rid of Megan Fox and you added, I forget her goddamn name. I think she was a model. She definitely was in Mad Max Fury Road and just drop dead gorgeous. But I thought she did a better job than Megan Fox as like Witwicky's girlfriend, love interest, whatever. Um, I mean, it's Shia LaBeouf as Witwicky. He's always a good time. You have the original cast from what's his name, Tyree from the first one. Uh, he's in this, and he does a good job too. Josh Hammond, Josh Duhamel, I think it's Josh Duhamel. He does a great job as like his. I think he's a fucking lieutenant colonel at this point or something. He's definitely an officer, but yeah, he comes back. He's doing what he's doing, and it's fun. It's fun. I will say Transformers 3, the third act, is better than Transformers 2. Not as better as the first one, the first Transformers movie, but if I were to rank all the Transformers movies, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, Bumblebee, I haven't seen Beast. I feel like 3 would be at least at the third spot or 2 or 1 if I really wanted to think about it. So it's not a in its own realm. It's not a terrible movie. It's watchable. Captain Marvel, I really don't think there's like any saving quality in this. Like I said, it's fun. If you can shut your mind off, which I just fucking can't. I can't get past all the goddamn stupidity that's just in it. But there is fun to be have. But at the end of the day, what are we setting up? Really nothing. Just, hey, here's Captain Marvel. She's a badass. Even if you didn't watch that movie and you literally just watched Avengers Endgame, you ran through Ant-Man and the Wasp, and by the time it gets to Endgame, excuse me, when you watch Infinity War, you blow past Ant-Man and the Wasp, and you get to Endgame, this is Captain Marvel, you can just look at her chest symbol and go, oh, that's the okay. So skip. You could just skip that movie. It's fine. Maybe that was intentional because Feige knew what he was trying to sell, and it was just he was looking at it going, "This is we're fucked. This is dog shit." You know what? It doesn't matter. We had that little cooler Easter egg with Nick Fury. It's fine. We're gonna be okay. Yeah, I gotta go with Transformers 3. Captain Marvel is just I'm getting mad. Just having to think about it. So Trans 3. All right. On the other side, we have two films that are very, very much the same movie. Cloverfield and Schindler's List. Uh where where do I go? I damn. Okay. I'll start with the first one, Cloverfield. I knew nothing about this. I think I watched it at home. I rented it at a Hollywood Video, which is a very old sentence. I rented it and I really liked it. I think this came out in 2008. So or maybe 2009, but definitely around the same time that Paranormal Activity was like getting its huge buzz. And before that, the only found footage movie that we had, please correct me if I'm wrong, was Blair Witch Project that came out 10 years beforehand in 99. So this was still a very new realm of how you could direct and show um, kind of movies was through this found footage. And I thought Cloverfield did a damn good job. Uh, if you put all three of them up, a lot of people are going to take 10 Phil Clover Lane over this. I understand that, but Cloverfield Paradox, what the fuck are we doing here, man? Might as well just call that Captain Marvel. um, Cloverfield is not a bad movie. I dug it. It's still in the. It is weird that all found footage is horror, but at least with this one, it's a monster movie, like a Godzilla-sized monster movie that you really don't even see the monster. It's not about the monster. It's about the people, which is more than I can say about these new Godzilla movies, except for Godzilla minus one. It's a good time. I thoroughly enjoy it. Schindler's List. Okay, I can't say it's a good time because it's designed not to be. It's designed for you to just really look at it, not even look at yourself. Just this is a heavy, heavy film, man. This is a. It's an extraordinary piece of cinema. It is. It's Spielberg, man. His misses are few and far in between. He is the Joe Schumacher of that I want to entertain, but he succeeds and he doesn't make bad movies. Yeah, a lot of us like I don't like E.T., but I respect the hell out of it for what it did, and I damn sure love the score. So maybe that's more props to John Williams than it is to Spielberg. But I mean, how many times have we seen the caption of Elliot and E.T. in the bicycle in the front of the bicycle going over the moon or going in front of the moon? I mean, we've all seen that. We've all. You ask anybody, even kids these days, of who is ET, they pretty much will tell you who it is. You ask a teenager and above, they're going to tell you who ET is. They're going to quote something from ET, and that's 1982. That's 44 years ago, man, and it's still prevalent in our minds. But enough about ET. What I'm My point is Spielberg makes Spielberg makes not just popcorn movies. He's Spielberg. I mean, he got started off making popcorn movies, but especially when he got into The Color Purple, uh, people were really starting to pay attention to him. Of like, this isn't just a one-trick pony. And I don't mean any disrespect of like, oh, just all you gave us was Jaws and Raiders of the Lost Ark. What else? There's way more depth to him, and way more he wants to show you. And I feel like he wanted to do Schindler's List, even if it was called something else. Like maybe he had an inkling of, I want to do something about this period in time that shouldn't even be in our history books. But he just wasn't ready. I feel like in my own head canon, that's true. Of he wanted to do something like this, he wanted to, but he also needed to perfect his craft. And I feel like when it got to 1993, the best way to prove to himself is by directing two fucking movies at the same time. And arguably, these two movies are on a handful of people's best Steven Spielberg movies. He was doing Jurassic Park, maybe around 65, 75, 80% done. He went over and did Schindler's List, and he lets let other people complete it, and just gave his directions and orders over the phone while shooting Schindler's List. And both these movies are fucking flawless. I Man, dude, am I racist if I don't if I don't pick Schindler's List? Because Cloverfield is a great time. I mean, even the ending. They're in Central Park. The monster looks down. and then just eats him, or eats the friend. I think the one who has the video camera. And then after that, it has a cutback of before the monster is even happening, and your protagonist and his girlfriend, whatever the hell her name is in the Ferris wheel, and then you see like a satellite or maybe the monster itself crashing into the ocean behind them on Coney Island. So it's one of those things as growing up watching movies like, oh, am I the only one who noticed that? And I realized no, a lot of other people did, but that's what the little things about movies that I love that I think that only I'm noticing. Oh, dude, man, this one is. I want to go with Schindler's List, but I also want to be happy. Okay, if I'm going strictly off of what is a better made film, it's Schindler's List. What makes me feel better on the inside? I guess Cloverfield, even though everyone dies in that movie anyways. So by that logic, way more fucking people die in Schindler's List. So by technicality, so I don't feel bad about myself, I'm gonna go ahead and push Schindler's List. Cloverfield is a damn good movie. I really do like it. It's not the best of the franchise. I really do like it, but yeah, Schindler's List is gonna go on. So Shin List. All right, and the last two role models and enough. Let's go ahead and get enough out of the way because enough of this movie. It's J Lo, 2002, when she was, I guess, realized she couldn't sing and then wanted to try to act. You know, she was done eating tacos and burritos, and I remember my mom really, really liking this movie. I think women, all over who watch this, whether they experience them themselves or knew somebody that went through it, which I think a lot of women, a lot of people can relate. No, at least know somebody who goes through what she did, what she does in this film. But what makes it a great movie, what makes it a watchable movie, is that she overcomes that, trains, and prepares herself, and I like that. But role models, role models is so fucking. This is another 2000s comedy that is just damn near perfect, man. It is quotable as shit. It is funny as hell. I laugh every time I watch it. I mean, my great producer that's helped me with the show today, Tushka. We quote this movie all the fucking time, man. It's such a great. It, fuck you enough. It's a fine movie. It's okay. But role models is going to go on, so let's go ahead and get enough of that. Ha! 40 Virgin versus Transformers 3. So, okay. I, remember the analogy I said, like, I don't want to use up the bullets of the gun of 40 Virgin before I run out of them? I don't even think I need a gun. I don't even think I need a blade. I just think I just need the death stare. Not even a Ghost Rider penance stare. I just think I just need to look at him like the man with no name in Good, Bad, the Ugly, acting like I'm gonna pull my pistol. You think I'm gonna shoot the ugly? Really, I'm gonna shoot the bad. And look at Transformers 3 and just go, bitch, what do you have? I'm the 40-year-old virgin, okay? I've never even seen one, let alone be inside of one. And you think you're gonna come at me? There, there's a joke in there that I'm not gonna say. It's the first 5 letters of the movie. But let's move on. I'll say it again. Transformers 3 is fine. It's fun. Sure. It's not 40-year-old virgin. This one's an easy one. This one's a fucking layup. 40-year-old virgin is gonna go on. Transform. Let. Is there anything else I can say about Transformers 3 before I shoot it in a fucking field and let it just rot and die? I'm not gonna dig a hole for it. I'm just gonna bury it. Uh. Uh. I, you get robot fights, but when the fuck don't you? So, 40 Little Virgin is going to the finals. 40 Virgins. Now you got Schindler's List and role models, and I'm trying my best not to think of the finals of what's already in there and what could go up against each other and what could go up against it, and have a great discussion. I know Schindler's List is great. I know it's beautifully well made. I know it's very hard not to cry, especially at the end of that movie. The pin. Why did I have to buy this pin? This could have been one person. This car. This suit. This suit cost, I don't know, $300. That's 16 people I could have saved. And then here comes Ben Kingsley and says, "There's a there's something in our culture that basically says if you save one life, you save the world." And Schindler, how many people did he save? I mean, it was at least 200, I think. It's been a while since I've watched it, which this is all going to play into how the show is going to go on from now on after this first episode. It's a beautifully well made film, man. It really makes you think. It gives you the feels. But role models just makes me feel good, man. And some days, especially like today, I mean, let's just break it down. I'm gonna break down to you how my life is. I got my CDL, right? I had a job in Pittsburgh. We When I first started this show, we were already in PA, and I was recording the show, and life was just it was rough, man. We were told we were gonna get a lot of help from family and friends, and only one person stood up, and that was my mother. And everyone else just basically said, "Oh, you're here. Okay, bye." Like we were told a lie, and life was hard. But there were times where Angel and I were looking at each other, just going, "Are we right for each other? Are Did we make a mistake of moving down here? Did we make a mistake of we bought a house that just wasn't for us? We got it just because we wanted our own space. We wanted our own home, and we rushed into it. And knock on wood, it's gonna be sold here and to new buyers within 2 to 3 days. Hopefully that goes over well. And I had a very, very, very hard job. One of those jobs of, if any men are listening, you know what I'm talking about. It's a hard job, and you constantly push yourself. You go to sleep. That alarm wakes up. For me, it woke me up at 1 in the morning. You heard me correct. 1 in the morning, and you wake up. You have your breakfast. You get your clothes on, and you just do it because one, it's your job, and you're supposed to do your job the best you can. And two, I'm supporting my family, so I had to, and I wanted to. Uh, Something happened where I had to leave that job, and once that happened, I went home and I told Angel, "Hey, let's go. This crisis. Let's flip this over into opportunity." Not trying to sound cheesy. We called a realtor. We're like, "We want to put the house up now." We started packing. Uh, Luckily, we had some help with friends that we met while we were in PA in Pittsburgh, and they did a phenomenal job helping us out. Shout out to Tina, Josh, and Matt. And we moved up here. We're living with her grandmother right now, so we're constantly around family. I work for another job that's in CDL that is still physical, but compared to my first one to this, it's a cakewalk, and I love it. It's a fun gig, and knowing what I came from into doing this now, I know I can do it because I already went through the hardcore training into this. because it is a physical job. I'm not just driving the truck around everywhere. I'm delivering products to other people, um, and I can do it. I know I can do it. Uh, and I'm not waking up at 1 in the fucking morning anymore. So I have a great job. I'm surrounded by family. I got a roof over my head. Uh, my mom says she wants to live up here, which is great because I want to get her out of basically the same situation I was, which is fuck PA. I love Pittsburgh, but living there is just it's a different story. Um, I have two wonderful kids. I have a great woman. I love you, Angel. I have I'm blessed with a lot of good qualities in my life, and that's what Schindler's List really makes me think of. It's a sad, sad movie. It's a devastating movie. It's a hard movie to get through, but it's one of those films that really makes me think, what do I have? It really makes me, want to sit down and write down 5 things good about yourself or good about your life. As soon as you get to 5, can you think of 3 more? Okay, good. Can you think of 7 more? Let's hit 15. You know what? Since we hit 15, might as well hit 20. And then you just keep going and going until front and back of all of that piece of paper you filled out, and you can still keep going. That's the beauty of Schindler's List. There is a silver lining to that movie, and I really admire that. Or you can just watch a great comedy and forget about all your traumas and just have a great fucking time. That's what Role Models is for me. If it wasn't for Role Models, I wouldn't be into the band Kiss. I watched this movie. I rented it. They were talking about Kiss. I knew of Kiss. I started listening to them. Like 6 months later, they were touring in the town I was close in. But when this movie came out, I went to go see them. That was my first concert ever. That was fucking great. Uh, yeah, man. Schindler's List is, dude. Okay, Schindler's List is fucking awesome. And I apologize to anybody who tuned out over my fucking spiel, but I wanted to make a point. Point is, I want to give the recognition to this amazing fucking film because Role Models is taking this. It's a hard movie to get through. I don't ever want to put it on. I'd rather put on Role Models. It's got a great, if you want to say message, fine, but it is tough to get through, and it is a piece of American culture that we should keep dear, near and dear in our hearts. But a lot of people say about Gone with the Wind too, and honestly, fuck that movie. I'd rather watch Wizard of Oz or fucking Casablanca or Citizen Kane. So pick your fucking poison, dude. Role Models is gonna go on. I thoroughly enjoy this movie. Is it a better film than Schindler's List? No, but today, asking me today which one would I rather put on, it's gonna be Role Models, and it's probably gonna be like that 9 times out of 10. So Schindler's List, oh, bad analogy. Get on the train. You're leaving. So Role Models. So the final is going to be Role Models versus 40-Year-Old Virgin. Okay, where do I start? Let's start with the great Paul Rudd, man. Paul Rudd's in both of these, and I think he fucking kills it in both of them. He's wildly entertaining. Uh, 40-Year-Old Virgin, about a guy who just he doesn't even want to lose his virginity, but he does have to come out of his shell and experience life and just go on with his life and adapt and grow and mature as a person. And the only way to do that, ironically, is to get laid. uh, I'm smiling just thinking about all the quotes I can think in my head. And Role Models, man. I mean, Sean William Scott, Paul Rudd, like I already said, Jane Lynch. These are icons of the 2000s comedy. Remember, Best in Show came out in 2000, and that was Jane Lynch's, I mean, at least one of her first movies that she was in. So she is a staple on. Oh shit, Jane Lynch is even in 40 Year Old Virgin. Son of a bitch. See what I mean, man? She's just all over the 2000s comedy. She is fucking great in 40 Virgin as the manager, definitely not the owner. I think store manager at Smart Tech. Uh, I mean, dude, both of them are endlessly quotable. Uh, and there is a good message behind role models of, you're a piece of shit. You have to care for this kid. You have to see that this kid is more than just who he is. And I'm talking about, oh damn it, I even forget the actor's name, but McLovin's character. Um, you have to see that there's more to him than just what other people are telling you about this other individual. Of, yeah, he's just going through a phase. Well, who the fuck are you to tell him or me that this is just a phase? Maybe this is just who he is. And either one, let him have his fun, and if it is a phase, then it'll just die out. Don't force it. And two, if it's not, and this is just who he is, well, then fucking love him that the way he is. Like, my son loves the color pink. I don't give a shit. It's a pretty color. And I remember somebody, when we were living in PA, was saying maybe you should give him a blue plate instead of a pink plate. And I went after them. Mama Bear put my hand on my shoulder and just, with a touch, telepathically told me, "You sit down. I got this." And just laid into them of, if my son wants a goddamn pink plate, I will give him Kimberly Power Ranger and put it on there. God damn it! You gotta let you gotta let people be who they are. If not, then you're telling people what to do, and then at that point, we're gonna have a Schindler's List. I mean, I feel like, yeah, you can talk about it like right now. That's what's going on right now, but that's been going on through history. I mean, language is a great example of how language is, right? We had the Nordic alphabet. Here comes the Christian Crusades. I know I'm butchering that. And no, that's not the right alphabet. This is the right alphabet. And through time, this is the alphabet we know. A B C D E T C. And it's just interesting to think that if that didn't happen, how would our language be? Um, you mess up someone's path, it's gonna change them. It's gonna change their thread of life drastically. You gotta let them be who they are. But the movie is more than that. The movie is still about, I want to be with this woman. Beth played, I think, in one of her best performances, Elizabeth Banks. And I'm just saying that because I just love the movie. Uh, of, hey, let's get married. No, you can't. You can't get married just because you want to fix a problem. You're not ready for this. You're not mature enough. So why don't you go through chain of events? Why don't you go talk to or help this kid out to help him mature, and maybe it'll help you out. So there is an underlining cheesiness of a '90s sitcom somewhere in that movie, but dude, it works. It works so well. 40 Virgin has all of that, and I think more. It has its iconic lines. It has its great moments. It has the in your interpretation, it could be about XYZ, and everybody is right. I think when people hear this movie, they think just comedy, and they are correct. But I think there's way more layers to this than a lot of people realize. Uh, I'm getting caught up because I just keep thinking the quotes in this movie. It's again, it's endlessly quotable. I love this movie, man. I think for today's winner, oh man, this is tough. This is really tough. I think for today's winner, I'm gonna have to go with the 40-year virgin. I I can't stop. Look at this. Look at it. I can't stop smiling just thinking about it. There's way more to Andy than just meets the eyes. Speaking of Transformers 3, there's way more to him, and I'm so happy that we get to see him come out of his shell and tackle all the issues that he needs to do to mature, not just as a person but as a character. And I fucking love this movie, man. 40 Virgin is today's winner. Yay! Whew! That was a lot. All right, so this is what's gonna happen. We're gonna take all these little pieces of paper. We're gonna put them over there. This is what's gonna happen. So this was basically the format of how I would always do this show. Just give me 8 random movies, whether I pick them or my producers just give me 8 random movies and I talk about it. And it's fun because, not to brag, I don't even mean to brag. I can pretty much think of, I have a good idea of like when the movie came out, who's in it, and how does it make me feel just on the spot. But I want to do this show better. I want to grow with Ruckus, as they've been doing. Every show has been just fucking killing it, and I want to grow with them. And I need to adapt and change. I need to adapt and change with them as well. So from now on, this is how the show's gonna go. At the end of every episode, I'm gonna pick out 8 more movies. Then one of you viewers or one of my producers is gonna see them for me. That way, you all know what's coming out for the next episode. It's not just random with you guys either. You all know which movies to expect to of what this jackass is going to talk about next episode. But that way, I can also get like a little bit of research behind it and have be more prepared with the show. It's still random, but I can at least talk about it with more depth than just right on the spot, because this cocksucker's getting old. And my mind don't work. I got a good brain. You got a fine brain, Jack. So I want to do the best I can do with this show. I want to show this show respect. So let's go ahead and pick out 8 movies for next week's episode. The first one is Moana, one of my kids' favorite. Number 2. Ooh, Liam Neeson's 2008 Taken. Number 3. What? After I just said all that, this fucking movie ain't gonna win. But I will destroy this movie the next time we talk about it. Jack and Jill. Number 4. Oh my god, fuck that movie. Number 4. Ooh. Technically came out in 2012. I think it released wide in 2013, maybe 14. But this is one of A24's, one of their first 10 films. I think it's number 7. Tom Hardy, Locke. Incredible film. Number 5. Ooh, 2016, Michael Keaton's The Founder. Solid movie. Number 6. Ah, yes. Super Troopers. Wow. This is I want to talk about all these films right now, and I still have 2 to go. Number 7. Okay, Jennifer's Body. Solid horror movie. I think it deserves a rewatch for a lot of people. I think it's way better than what we remember. And finally, number 8. Oh shit, Tushka. Look at that. My containers are the same color formats as the banners. That's awesome. All right, number 8 is A Million Ways to Die in the West. Solid, another Liam Neeson film. Solid movie, comedy from 2013, given us by the amazing, talented Seth MacFarlane. So, anybody want to go ahead and comment down below on how you would see these movies? We're gonna discuss it. We're gonna look over it. Me and the producers, and just pick out the best one, or pick out the first one, or however. So you guys go ahead, you bracket it. I want you guys to be a part of our show, and we're all gonna grow together. We're gonna Viagra this bitch. So without further ado, God damn it, dude. I'm not just saying that. That's literally his name, dude. Uh, Again, I just want to say to the whole, Ruckus family, thank you very much for welcoming me back with open arms. I asked, and everyone was just like, "Yeah, sure, come on back." But to me, that meant the world, and I was an hour late for recording this, and Tishka's just sitting there with his thumb up his ass, going, "I called twice, not a fuck you. What do you need? Nothing." And he was still there, just ready to go. So thank you very much. Thank you very much to everybody. Thank you very much to anybody who's watching this. More will be brought to you later, and I will see you guys next time. Deuces.